Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. First and foremost, sincere apologies for having a bad hair day. I have found a newfound love for biking, and these are the perils of wearing a helmet for a longer duration. The purpose of this video is extremely simple. It is to address one question holistically that I get asked very often. And that question is, Naman, how can I get into my dream job? Now, this question has many variants to it. It could be how to get into McKinsey, or how to get into product management, or public policy, or how to prepare for Plan B for civil services, so on and so forth. It could be launching your own startup or raising Series A. And in true honesty, it is not easy. Had it been easy, everyone would be raising Series A from Sequoia. Everyone would be flying off business class for their client meetings, and everyone would be working with top echelons of the governments, could be at World Economic Forum or Government of India or the UN. But if you are diligent and if you have the diligence and patience, I think it is achievable. I have done this. My co-founder, who worked with BCG and extensively in international affairs, she did it. Many of our fellows at the Global Governance Initiative, they are able to consistently achieve this. So this is a proven methodology that has augured very well for us in both in personal setting and also through the work that we have been able to accomplish via Global Governance Initiative. So to be honest, getting into your dream job or launching your career in startups, it does not take years and years of persistence. All it takes is diligence for the initial 80 hours to get started. If you can remove all distractions from your life for the next 80 hours, and these 80 hours could be spanned across 3 months, it could be spanned across 1 month or entire year or multiple years. But it needs undistracted, focused attention on core achievable goals for 80 hours. So the goal of this video is to enumerate the details of those 80 hours that I think you should be following in your early 20s. And if you can diligently learn these concepts and adhere to the learnings of this 80-hour rule, I can assure you, be it management consulting, be it product management, be it public policy, be it designing and implementing a great business plan, all of those goals are going to be incredibly achievable. But please note, this video will have a core focus on management consulting. Few of our partner organizations at GGI, they hire for these roles. It will have a huge relevance for those who are aiming for roles in product management and for those who are hoping to build a career in public policy. So the first step of 80-hour, it begins with few core learnings. There's a misconception amongst people that if you can solve multiple mock interviews, if you can practice case solving, you're good to go. But I think that is a hollowed affair. Until and unless you are good with basics, until and unless you're good with fundamentals, I think solving cases will not augur well for you. So if possible, spend your initial 20 hours in learning the business concepts. So what I'll do is I'll write this on the whiteboard. Okay, so the first step of the 80-hour rule begins with learning business concepts. And this is extremely critical. I know many of you will go on and delve deeper into solving business cases without learning core concepts. And this is a disservice that you can do to yourself. And my core learning has been to always focus on fundamentals. So learning core concepts of finance, accounting, operations, business strategy, they should be learned before anything else. You will outshine your peers when you could apply Porter's 5 forces or Insoft matrix in real time during interviews. This entire process of learning business concepts will take at least 20 hours. And feel free to comment below what questions that you might have for me when it comes to talking about business concepts. The second is public policy. Now this is extremely critical, especially in today's day and age. I'll give a pause for a second, and if you can take a shot, why do I say this is important? Comment below, and I would love to learn and hear diverse opinions about this this thought. From market failures to sustainability consulting, rich perspectives around these topics will help you outshine, not just in interviews, but also in every aspect of your life. And no matter, if it's McKinsey or it's World Economic Forum or even Netflix, all of these organizations are in some way or the other aim to cater to increasing the stakeholders' value, not just the shareholders' value. And when you talk about stakeholders, it has to incorporate the component of climate finance or sustainability, so on and so forth. And therefore, it is important if you can bring in diverse perspectives hovering around sustainability in any of your interviews. The third thing that you should be focusing on would be communications concept. Refine your communications concepts. There are various styles of communications, from pyramid principle to star framework. These principles will help you outshine the personal interview component of your MBB interviews or Netflix interviews or your investors interviews. And I think this is often said, and it is widely known, at least in the consulting circles, that even if your problem-solving skills are 6 out of 10, but if your communication skills are 10 out of 10, you will be hired. But if it's the reverse of that, you will not be hired. Even if you are hired, if you cannot communicate your thoughts diligently and properly, you're going to really have a terrible and tough time thriving and surviving in that industry. And therefore, focus on communications concepts. This entire process, again, will take at least 20 hours and a lot of practice. The fourth concept would be focusing on networking. And why networking? And networking, by the way, will not take more than 5 hours, but this is extremely critical. Believe it or not, all my internships, all my jobs have been because I was able to network incredibly well with the employers, be it in the UN, be it in the World Economic Forum, be it in Government of India. It happens because you are able to form a common ground with the person that you intend to work with. And therefore, at least in Global Governance Initiative, we pay a huge importance to networking. And many of our fellows and scholars at GGI were able to get into legit jobs in Dubai and Myanmar just because they networked amazingly well, scheduled calls diligently with the masterclass speakers. So, and there are various other plethora of platforms where you can build these contacts and networks, talk to partners of McKinsey's. Global Governance Initiative is just one of those platforms. So networking is important. So if and when you decide to do your MBA or your master's degree or your undergrad degree, focus on the core goal that you intend to achieve out of that degree. Could be working in Tata, or could be working in Dalberg or World Economic Forum, could be working in McKinsey, and build a pre-MBA network around those industries. And if you can do this, it's going to really benefit you in getting those second-order referrals for your jobs. The fifth concept is the concept of practicing. It will take at least 20 hours to practice whatever I said. To learn business concepts is easy. To learn policy concepts is easy. To network is easy. And but if you cannot practice these concepts, it's going to get difficult. And therefore, if it's McKinsey interview, there are plethora of resources again. At GGI, we ensure that whosoever is a scholar and a fellow, they have access to Schrodinger tool that we have developed. And if anyone can solve Schrodinger 3 times diligently, I can give it in writing that from the conceptual standpoint, case solving is going to be a cakewalk. If you're not a part of GGI community, my advice would be to go through the business case books at Tuck School of Business, or there are few modules available by a person called Victor Cheng. So download those files. And if you're already a member of GGI, do not fret about it. Focus on the core, focus on Trinity videos, focus on Schrodinger, and you will be good to go. Practicing is extremely critical, and its importance cannot be understated. But there's another incredibly important step that I totally forgot to talk about. It is to take care of your mental well-being. It does not matter how well you are prepared for your consulting interviews. As long as you are calm, as long as you're composed, as long as you're relaxed, you will conquer the world. And I think at Global Governance Initiative, many of our fellows were able to get these dream roles. One primary reason why they were able to achieve these goals was their mental health was incredible. They always had an advisory board vouching for them, assisting them, helping them. So if not via a formal organization, see if you can have your own personal advisory board who can be your sounding board, who can be your advisory board in tough times and good times. And if you can take care of mental well-being with these 5 steps, you will definitely conquer not just these short-term interviews, but also conquer the world. So good luck, take care, and stay safe. I think in coming videos, I'll be creating a few practical courses across these disciplines. Could be in communications, could be networking, could be in solving business cases. So if you have any priority, feel free to comment below, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. And regardless of my bad here, I hope you have a good and a great day ahead. So good luck, take care, and stay safe.